Tim Hortons NHL trading cards are back. Collect your favorite players, trade with friends, and take a shot at exclusive prizes. I'm going to start you off today with former Montreal Canadiens first overall pick and other extension signer that, we don't have to talk about today. Juraj Slafkovsky. It needs a breakout year this year, I feel like, in a big way, in terms of like, it can't just be 50 points.
Mm-hmm. What's next?
We need to get 80 points. All right. Thatcher Demko. There you go, Jesse. And Andrei Svechnikov. I'm out. I'll shut up now.
Jesse, go!
All right.
Show us how it's done.
I have a monumental moments card. It's Jacob Markstrom with his child that says Daddy 500 games.
Oh, that's
cute.
That's cool.
Then I have Kevin Fiala on the Kings.
Boo hiss. Nobody cares.
Nice.
Next.
And Adam Fantilli on the Blue Jackets.
I like that. Clayton Keller?
Hey, that's our first ever Utah Mammoth card.
Hey,
that is true.
We don't have time for that.
That is true. We got Jordan Kyrou, and it's very sparkly above
No
the ice.
time.
And too many Habs. Cole Caulfield.
Another Hab.
Too many Habs. Too many of the enemy. And by the way, you can collect all your Tim Hortons trading cards and put them in this beautiful booklet as we are right now. You can see. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Yes. Grab a pack today. Visit your local Tim Hortons or download the Tim's app to start collecting Tim Hortons NHL trading cards today.
The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go!
I know we have look at that. The shark mug.
It's beautiful.
Where do we get that? I wonder.
San Jose.
Henderson, Nevada.
That's right. I do want to remind you that the Rec Room live, listen, it's just a shameless plug. We'll be shameless about it, but we got a live show this weekend. We feel like you maybe want to be there. So if you would like to be there at the Rec Room at Roundhouse, Stephen.
Then be there.
5 o'clock Saturday, October the 18th. Buy the tickets in the link in the description, and we will see you there, and it will be fun.
It will be.
Leafs, I think,
Or else.
taking on Seattle that night.
Yes. Not fucking around.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. I was like, there's a big pause.
I was just being very serious.
Now let's get to the top story, the most important story, which is Lane Hutson God? It sure seems that way.
Man, you ever? I'm reminded of a scene from The Sopranos, where Chrissy Moltisanti goes, "You ever feel like nothing good was ever going to happen to you?" And Paulie Walnuts goes, "Yeah, and nothing did." That's how it feels reading the Lane Hutson news and being a Leafs fan.
Yeah. Hey, Eric Engels reported yesterday that he did turn down more money, but CJ kind of clarified on the CJ show that would have been, what do they call it? That's illegal now, where you leave it for
Deferred
later.
money.
Deferred money. Yes. So he could have made more in deferred, but it was the player apparently that went to his own management and to the team and said, okay, enough of this. Let's just get a deal done. And isn't that funny how when a player takes control of the situation,
It gets done.
It gets done.
Yep. Connor McDavid showed that. Lane Hutson showing that. Listen, I think the player made an enormous mistake. I think this is a really
too low,
not good move for him. You're 1 year in and you won the Calder. What are you doing? So I think it's a big financial mistake.
He is making like 60 or 70 million bucks, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, who gives a damn? It's not your money. It's not my money.
Mm-hmm.
He can do whatever he wants. The Habs can do whatever they want. The long and short of it is it's an extraordinary deal for the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know how Noah Dobson comes off a sub 40-point season.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Hutson comes off of 66 and wins the Calder.
Yep.
And Dobson's making more. I don't know.
Well, because Dobson was traded for.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
And also,
I don't want to get it.
He'd only played didn't Lane Hutson play like 70, 80 games? That's it. Dobson's got a longer history.
Uh-huh.
Less RFA
Your history
years.
can be used against you, too.
They also bought UFA years versus RFA.
Yeah, yes, that is true. But you need to be elite to make 9.5. And
no, I don't think you do.
Well, not anymore.
Darnell makes 9.5.
Dobson makes $1 million more than Provorov, and I know which one I'd rather.
Yeah.
I keep going back to the Provorov one. Like, holy cow! Listen, please report in the newspapers that I'm mad. I am mad. I hate this a lot. It's super good for the Montreal Canadiens.
Which makes it worse.
I would have been able to stomach it had I not been led to believe that this was going poorly. And great deal. Fuck.
Jesse, you were adamant this deal was going to get done. You were correct, sir.
I think to explain what happened here with Lane Hutson and the reasoning behind him signing this deal that on the surface you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting that he would take this low number here, is the Montreal Canadiens had a certain internal cap and number that they want him under, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to sign this deal at this point without that extended history of proving you can do it, we are not going to go north of $9 million. And Kent Hughes held firm in that negotiation.
Yeah.
He said, that's my number. And if you want that number, it's going to come with deferred money. And once that was taken to Lane Hutson, he said, no, I don't want to defer money. Then that number dropped even further. And I think the idea of holding firm in a negotiation here for Lane Hutson was a smart thing to do, because we outlined many times he has no leverage. That's why when he was pushing back for whatever his big number he wanted, and maybe he wanted that, maybe he didn't in the end, that would have been a very contentious situation. It would have taken a long time for this thing to play out. It probably would have ended up a situation where he's sitting out training camp. Plus, next year. Plus, he would have had to deliver this season.
Yes.
There was a
lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure on Lane. If he wanted that contract, a lot came with it. Plus, to get that contract, they're buying 6 RFA years,
right?
Which are lower. CJ said it on the show.
It's true.
And not as many UFA years. So naturally, that number would be fine for the Montreal Canadiens, where you just go to arbitration, you'd solve it. You do this like year and year and year. You just keep going. And if Lane Hutson wants to sit out his entire NHL career, you let him do that nonsense. So in a negotiation where Kent Hughes had all of the power, and he's a very good negotiator, and he has everybody on this roster under $10 million, and he says that, Lane, fall in line here if you want this done now, before you've even played year 2 of your NHL deal. If you want this money, it's there, but it's not going to be that number. And he said, yeah, I want $80 million of security for the rest of my life, for my family and for me. So he said, that's cool. I can just go play hockey now. And the thing I should have picked up on, and I realized it yesterday. I was like, I should have noticed this before it was coming. He wanted this deal before the season, like all the big guys, like Kaprizov, like McDavid, like Eichel got his done right before the Vegas played and all that stuff. But Lane's not in that position. But the second best date to get that done, Habs home opener, which is tonight. That's why that deal got done. He gets to walk in there to the Bell Center with that deal done.
Enormous.
I'm here for 8 years.
Yeah.
Biggest ovation probably of the group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After
the pop is going to be crazy.
The timing is it was telegraphed there, and I wish I noticed that. And it's a wonderful deal for Hutson just to secure the money. It's a lot of money.
$11 million next July 1st, eh?
Yeah. And if you want to do the contract details, it's all bonus.
It's beautiful, actually. Yeah,
this is why.
So this is the benefit, right? Is that he is able to sign with a team that can offer bonuses like that, and signing this year versus next year, you're actually allowed to do this.
Yeah,
because Barry Bettman's like, before I go out, I need to make it worse.
Yeah,
and he sure did. And God bless him for it.
This is why I get upset. Like Adam is the biggest Penguins hater on the show.
I am not.
on
But
the show,
you went to a game
talking about
on the show. On the show,
you went to the game the other day and booed them the entire time.
I did. Yep.
And no,
Erik Karlsson actually did cost me a fantasy win, but okay.
Adam is the biggest Penguins hater on the show. But I get upset when Penguins fans push back. I've seen this phase of Kyle Dubas. I've seen it. Trade this player for draft picks. Any idiot can do that. So many GMs in this league are good at that. But the reason I sit before you, a husk of a human being, is because
the Leafs had the hammer, they didn't hammer.
Those RFA negotiations fucked a generation of Leafs hockey, what should have been the golden generation of Leafs hockey. And we're watching it with them 10 years in and one of them gone we're watching it pour through our fingers like sand. We're trying to hold on to something that's gone. They might be good, but it ain't going to be the way it was supposed to be.
You've taken the Lane Hutson conversation in a direction.
Well, I think, this is relevant.
Oh,
though.
yeah, I'm sure Habs fans are like, no, get back to the Habs on this one. Yeah, no, please turn the knife on yourself, Steven. No. It just feels like the Squidward watching SpongeBob and Patrick run around meme. I am watching all these young stars that Montreal has take less. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, cool. Can't wait for Austin to sign for 20 after the next 2 years of them doing, so far it looks like fuck all.
Do you want to do the bonus structure? And then
Yeah, I'm doing it. I got it.
And then I think that's such a great point, though. I would love to just wax poetic on how good the Habs will be.
11 million.
Yep.
Next. 11 million. 11, 9.5, 6.5, 6, 6, 5. That's how it kind of lines up in terms of bonus structure. So that's
it shows
55
you,
million, I think, in bonuses.
I think it shows you how little deferred money appealed to him. No, I'm young. I want all the money now. I'm not John Tavares. I'm not 35.
Right.
Give me the money
He
now.
hasn't made the money yet. He wants that giant check on July 1st.
And who can blame him?
I would also take $11 million. Yeah, I would take $11 million once. You don't even have to do it the rest of the times.
Yeah. Yep. It's an amazing deal for the Canadians. It just is. And you know what? It's a bummer because my bit went away. I was really enjoying needling them. I'm so mad about it.
Do you want to play the clip that Habs fans love to look
give
at
it to
now?
me. Yeah, let's go.
I'll bring it up.
We're not popular in this division, eh?
Well, I don't know, man. Like his dad got involved. Like it did get bad.
He gave a very weird 45-minute interview in his car, and we rightly were like, that was odd.
Yeah, that's okay.
Bill Guaven.
Lane Hutson and the Montreal Canadiens have taken a beat. The negotiations are extraordinarily tense. Fried said hurt feelings on both sides and they need to take a beat.
Hurt feelings on both sides? He's been in the league 1 year.
I think Lane's going to make this thing easy on the Habs.
Jesse, what?
I think
what are you talking about? We just said they're upset with each other.
Jesse, I watched a super weird 45-minute interview in a car that suggested otherwise.
And all of the noise, I think it's the right thing to do is zag on that. What's going to happen here is he gets a $9 million contract.
Do you know who his agent is? Close.
If you say that.
Sean Coffey of Cortex Management, which would be Darren Ferris is his boss. And if you don't think Ferris is involved in this, you're out of your mind. He runs the damn thing. This is a guy whose dad is involved in his career to a level that is like
unusual.
And I think this is his dad's negotiation more than it's his.
I think what we hear out of the gentleman next to me is a lot of Mitch Marner fear mongering. I'm not overthinking this.
Get mad at him.
I want you to stop being mean to me.
You're very close to me. That was good.
Please let me have this.
And
now it's Kent Hughes being mean to me.
Yeah.
You know what, though, guys? Like, all right, Habs fans, you've had your fun, but we're burying the lead with the next part of this story.
Kent Hughes and the other guy.
No. The next part of the story. No. Okay, so Lane Hutson signs his contract extension, right?
Yep.
And then what happened hours later? In the Toronto Star, Ivan Demidov's agent did a super fucking weird interview where he talked about how bad Lane Hutson's contract was. Just kidding. That didn't happen. Imagine being so fucking weird as to do that to a teammate. Imagine missing that person for a moment. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
Look it up.
Mitch Marner's cornball agent gave an interview the day Matthews signed.
Yeah. Said it was a bad deal.
Yuck.
Steve, I gave you a little pushback for taking the direction of the Leafs, but it actually makes a lot of sense to take in that direction because you look at.
I'm using the Leafs as an example of what not to do.
Yes. So you're pointing out the window that the Leafs had from that Matthews draft pick to making the playoffs early against Washington, which serendipity, Montreal does it too, and then the last 9 years of Leafs hockey. And then eventually that thing's going to come to an end. And you look at the Habs and them signing Lane Hutson, and you go through their top stars in Suzuki and Caulfield and Slav and Demidov and like everybody they have going there. And you say they're going to be the beasts of this division very soon. Mm-hmm. And it's all credit to them for building that team in such a smart way, keeping those contracts low. And you look at the other guys in the division, you say Tampa's window's closing, they're aging.
Yep.
And the Leafs, who don't have a championship to show for it, are also going to be fighting this new Habs team that's going to be dominating for the next decade in this division. And it's great thing for the Habs, and it's kind of sad for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of sad.
Yeah. No, I think you're so right to take it there.
Devastating. You won't, if you're lucky, you'll have another opportunity like the one you had with Nylander, Matthews, Marner in 20 years.
If that.
You'll be extraordinarily lucky. The Penguins are generationally lucky, and it still took like 30 years, a journey through the fucking early mid 2000s desert where they were unwatchable pond scum, and
they moved.
Almost
Their
moved.
franchise almost left the city because of how bad they were.
Crosby put up over 100 points as a rookie, and they were still bad enough to pick second overall that year. And they go from Lemieux to Crosby. And that may never happen again. The two teams that this has actually happened to, the Oilers and the Penguins, it took 30 years.
Yes. And you don't want to wait in between.
Boy. Like,
it doesn't last forever. Like these players, I hope they know that when you get these opportunities in the playoffs and these chances and kicks at the cans again and again and again, that's not going to be there forever.
And the path to improvement is so obvious for Montreal too. Like Josh Anderson,
get your second line center sorted out. You're probably fine.
Yeah, well, how are we going to get that? Well, Josh Anderson's contract is terrible, and it doesn't last forever. Goodbye. Lane Hutson. I hate that they're on the same team. Patrick Laine and his horrible contract. They're not going to be there forever. Goodbye. You know,
they have $27 million in cap space available next season.
Wow.
It's like already.
Wow. And there's nobody to sign. Unless they're going after Panarin.
And they have assets they can move too.
Yeah,
and Hutson is going to get a raise, and that will bring the situation to still $12 million.
Well, you're just
no. That includes like the Hudson, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake!
You got to think like
giving Line money to Lane.
Exactly. Laine's 8.7 is coming off the books, and that just goes to Hutson. So they're net even.
Yeah,
and he's a fourth liner, so you're replacing that with like 925.
I was about to say, here, I'm going to take my Leafs fandom away for a second. No. Bleeding my Leafs fandom into this conversation, I think, gives it more legitimacy.
I think it's important.
I hate what the Montreal Canadiens are doing because it is fantastic. It's fantastic. If any Leaf fan is listening to this and you're depressed, you should be. That is the appropriate reaction.
I think
sometimes sorrow it fits the situation, and this situation calls for it. Fuck our lives. They ruined a generation of our team.
Montreal did two smart things when they hired Jeff Gorton and Ken Hughes. They hired a guy who turned the New York Rangers around in like 18 months. And then the owner, who's allegedly a difficult man to deal with, was like, no, we need a change here.
Certified.
And let him go.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And so Montreal grabbed him because they were smart, right? And it was time to get rid of Bergevin.
Because he talked about the owner behind his back.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, you're talking about Jeff Gordon, right?
Yeah.
So what that was, I believe it was Gordon and John Davidson. Tom Wilson beats up Artemi Panarin, and then they had that brouhaha, and the Rangers released that statement.
Mm-hmm.
The Rangers released a statement from the owner that is certifiable. It's insane. It's an insane thing to do. And it cost James Dolan 250,000 fun coupons. Does not matter to him. He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about his reputation. John Davidson and Jeff Gorton do, because they have to. So they let it be known around the league, hey, we had nothing to do with that statement. And James Dolan as a dictator, as dictators do, said, off with their head.
I didn't realize that was the story.
And if I remember it correctly,
Wow.
And great, you let a top tier executive stay in the conference, you buffoon.
Well,
And how have the Rangers done?
they've been up and down.
They took a President's Trophy team and set it on fire.
Yeah.
Actually set it on
But
fire.
they did get a President's Trophy.
They fought fire with fire in a fight with themselves.
I'd like to continue, though,
Yeah.
with the other part, which is they hired a guy who's an agent who understands what? What agents understand?
Agents.
Contracts
Contracts. Yes, Jesse.
and dealing
thank
with
you.
players.
So you got a really
It's kinda
experienced
crazy.
guy who's got a track record of success, and you've got experienced negotiator with a track record of negotiating and understanding player value. The Leafs had guy that used to run player safety and guy that apprenticed under Lou Lamoriello who was signing weird contracts. And then all of a sudden, the summer he's there to take over, gets the Tavares deal done, and then is left with the rest of it. The future planning, the way the Leafs set this up, the future planning part of it, neither of those guys, let's be straight, was qualified, and we didn't know it at the time because they were doing dynamic things and things were
was
coming
too
together
much
and it was
too
looking
soon.
good. They were out of their head, or sorry, underwater, not out of their heads, but they were underwater. And if the Toronto Maple Leafs understood what they needed to do, you don't capitulate on the Nylander negotiation. You let them sit, right? You don't capitulate on the Marner negotiation. You let them play in Zurich. And if you have to trade those players, that's what you do, but you set the tone. And the Toronto Maple Leafs, like when they signed Nylander, we all felt like, well, that was a pretty fair deal. They didn't want to sign him to that deal, but they called him in the last day and said, you know, okay, fine, we'll give you your
I was
number.
at CBC that day. It was December 1st.
We will give you your number. And so when you capitulate like that, you've just sent a notification to everybody going, they'll eventually capitulate.
Yeah.
They want to win that bad. I don't blame them for wanting to win that bad. I do blame them for not realizing that they had the hammer the entire time.
Yeah, and they never got any of those deals done early. One thing
Never.
that all of
Never.
these teams are doing,
That was a Lou thing, though. That was a Lou thing.
not getting it done.
Yeah,
early,
even Jonas Siegel wrote in the article. He remember his whole thing was if you have time, use it. That was Lou Lamoriello's philosophy. And if you remember, Nylander was available to be extended under Lou, and so was Marner a season early. And I think the Leafs were going to. The thought was, well, if we offer whatever Nylander's contract would be, but the Marner offer was like going to be something like 8 times 8, and the Leafs were like, we're not doing that. We're just not going to do that. And it would have been
He'd still be here.
8 times 8 to get Marner under contract.
He'd still be
He'd
here.
still be here.
And, 8 times 8 is still higher than what Caulfield and Suzuki are.
Absolutely. That's
They're
so crazy.
7 something.
Yeah. But
They wasted a generation.
negotiated from 8
A
times 8
generation.
down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they started 8. We started 6. Right? Like not, you know what I'm saying?
COVID, the flat cap. They wasted.
They were also bad at negotiating contracts.
They put themselves in a terrible position. A lot of, it's
look
all,
at what Treliving has done. And people in Calgary are like, well, that's a mediocre GM. Fine, if that's how you feel, but like he has been like, no, John, you're gonna make this. No, Anthony, you're gonna make this.
Yeah.
And they've started to get some good contracts done.
Those are insane contracts.
They're insane.
It's all revisionist, but I said at the time. So Dubas was assistant GM. He had offers from Arizona, which would have been death. Like, go be GM of that, whatever the fuck, and Colorado. It would have cost Colorado a Stanley Cup. So you're welcome. Like, you think Nathan McKinnon signed a 12-6?
That's a little mean.
You think what? They won the Stanley Cup because of the moves Joe Sakic made. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, there's no, like, what? Kyle Dubas is going out and getting Josh Manson?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it, right? So what I thought at the time was how unfortunate it was that they had to decide between Lou Lamoriello and Kyle Dubas. That shouldn't have been the situation they were in. Dubas should have stayed under Lou for a few more years. I know Lou went to the Islanders, and it's not like it went great.
But they went to the conference finals.
Yeah, to each their strengths. And what they needed at the time was someone who has been through these situations and done well in them. And they pitched the most decorated executive in the history of the sport for a guy who ran the Marlies.
Lou and Dubas are actually the perfect tandem when you look in retrospect. The two of them together are the best mix of everything you need in a general manager. And if they could have held that thing together, who knows what the Leafs could be.
problem was, though, they signed contracts like Zaitsev's deal and Marlowe's deal with Lou.
Yeah. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. I mean,
I'm looking at the way Morgan Riley's playing. I'm like, that was a Dubas deal.
You know what?
Holy
Kadri
moly.
was a Lou deal.
It was a great deal. So was Morgan
And
Riley's
original contract was a fantastic Lou deal. You know, like,
Yeah.
Anderson was a Lou deal. Freddie Anderson.
Freddie Anderson. Yep.
And that, I mean, without him, those are early year teams.
Terrible.
Screwed. So all that to say, it's extraordinary for Hutson. If he's taken less, everyone's taking less. What leg does Demidov have to stand on? They might win a cup. They might win at least one.
Yeah.
Youngest team on the opening day rosters. They were the youngest team in the National Hockey League.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
if they look irresponsible and like they play young, it's because they do, because they have so many years to accomplish their goal. And the smart money right now is they will.
And I hope that they get it done, because that's the most depressing thing we're looking at right now is our window was open for the last decade, and there's a couple second round appearances to show for it.
No, they took the cup champ to 7. So like I'm supposed to feel
Right.
anything.
I went to the Jays game last night with somebody who was at Game 5 and Game 7
Oh, for the
of the
Leafs?
Florida Toronto series.
And that game?
Oh, you mean me?
You as a fan, paid to
As
be
a
there.
fan,
Paid
yeah.
to be
yeah,
there.
Jesus.
He saw like 12 goals against.
Yeah.
They saw game 5 against Florida, 7 against Florida, and game 2 against Seattle since May.
Yeah.
Like, what is that, 6 months?
Yeah, heartbreaking.
They spent like $2,000 on, you could have gone to several sketchy massage parlors in Scarborough and just had someone stomp your balls for a lot less money. What on earth?
Hey, by the way, Hughes and Gorton are nearing extensions this morning. It's probably going to be done by the time the show is posted.
Oh, they'll work for free.
Their deals are
why not?
Their deals are expiring at the end of this season. So just so you know.
Last thing on the Canadiens roster. Do you remember when they traded for Bolduc and he has 3 goals in 3 games?
What a great.
We said it at the time.
That was a good trade.
We did. No, 100%. We were all on board. Like, how did they move? They moved Logan Mailloux, who they don't need.
They don't need.
They have too many
Who was
defensemen.
also, let's be honest, a PR grenade.
And that too.
Right. But like from a hockey sense, they had too many defensemen. He had no room to make the NHL roster.
Yeah.
So they're like, we just can give this guy away. And then they got back a first round pick who's really young and playing really well and has 3 goals in 3 games. Like, it's ridiculous.
Like,
why would Doug Armstrong help them
the
like that?
moment I would love to go back and see our reaction to that trade in real time, because I was like immediately like, oh, Blues got fleeced.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great deal. He's exactly what they need. Maybe Mailloux is what they need. I don't understand why a Doug Armstrong team took a look at Zach Bolduc and was like, nah.
I think every team in this league could use Bolduc.
Yes.
At the making no money, scoring goals.
Is it because they had Snuggerud already and they're like, and they have Kyrou?
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's no.
I just wondered. I'm just.
Everyone
didn't have the youth in the defense side.
There's a reason we look at,
because their defense is looking old in St. Louis, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason we look at Matthew Nyes and love him to death. And it's because of the way he plays, and it actually leads to results. I'm not saying Bolduc is ever going to hit quite that echelon. Maybe he does. He's that type of player.
Still seems like a good player.
He's a great player. Holy shit. Everything they do. Everything. It's difficult to point to too many Habs moves in recent memory where you're like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But they got rid of Carey Price and that contract for Gannon Laroque.
What?
Or no, they got Gannon Laroque. It was like a 5th round pick.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to play anymore. He's done. But like the fact that
Who, Carey Price?
Yeah, both of them. The fact that they could just get rid of it and dump it over the Sharks, who are just like, yeah, let's take on the cap hit. Like, it's good. Like, great
Patrick
stuff.
Marleau
Fantastic.
got the Carolina Hurricanes Seth Jarvis.
Tonight, the home opener I mentioned, they're expected to have, I think the ceremony is going to last about 30 minutes.
No shit.
Ken Dryden passed away last month, so that's going to be a huge part of the ceremony. And then there's going to be
That will make it worth watching.
the rest of the Montreal flair.
I don't have time for this.
The rest of the Montreal flair that goes into these presentations, but a lot of it will be tribute to Ken Dryden, I assume.
5-0 Habs.
Yeah.
5-0 Habs. Because good stories are just following them around right now. They're going to get a shutout in the home opener following Ken Dryden's passing because, sometimes fairy tales are real.
The only thing that could make this better is the Sidney Crosby trade to Montreal.
Oh, babe.
That's the only thing that could make this even better than it already
I'll
is.
kick
Like,
you down
you
the
get a
stairs.
second round, you get a second line center, that's cool. But Sidney Crosby would make this.
You know what?
Sidney Crosby on the Montreal Canadiens making this better.
And who would be the man to usher Sidney Crosby onto the Habs?
Dubas.
The guy who ruined a generation of Leafs hockey.
Yeah, no, Dubas would be doing it out of spite.
it would be, I think, sweet revenge for him.
Yeah. He wouldn't be doing it for the hockey reasons. He just wants to spite the Leafs.
This is for the vibes. Okay? This is for the vibes.
When was the last time you were truly happy?
It's been a while, especially as a Toronto sports fan. Now let's do the BetMGM big story. Listen, I was at the Jays game last night, and it was cool until the fifth inning where it became super uncool, and now we're down 2-0, and I'm a little concerned.
Hammering the comeback.
Are you?
I might even go $3, Steve, on it.
Jesse, your crash out on the stream was amazing last night.
Yeah, it was when Yariel Rodriguez came in the game and he walked 3 consecutive batters on just terrible pitches. There's the third batter. He threw them all low and away, just in the exact same spot, and he walked him on 5 pitches. It was ridiculous. It was awful.
And for a guy like John Schneider, who is so quick on the gun with his starters, he sure does leave the relievers in there a little too long. I'm always
Well, you
surprised
got to
with
face a minimum of 3 batters, right?
Yeah.
He faced the minimum there, but
Adam, what is this, CJ?
Should have put Chris Bassett in. Anyway,
Is CJ in the room right now?
Jesse, what are the odds on a Blue Jays comeback on BetMGM?
5.75 times your money. So $3, Steve, would net you $17.25.
Ooh, and this is for the comeback, like they win the series.
Jays win the series.
Shoy.
That's 6 times your money.
I would like it.
Do you as a Toronto fan trust it, though?
No.
Yeah.
It is more likely, according to the odds, that the Buffalo Sabres make the playoffs than the Jays come back in this series.
Like significantly.
The Sabres are about 4-1 to make the playoffs, and the Jays are 6-1 to come back in this series. Which one do you want to bet on?
Jays comeback.
I would bet the Jays comeback before I
it'll
bet
make
the
me
Buffalo
happier.
Sabres.
Wow.
We'll see where those odds lay at the end of next week.
Wow.
The BetMGM is an official sports betting partner of the National Hockey League, and everything on the ice and, of course, on the diamond as well. Same game parlays, player props, and, here's the other thing. BetMGM has original bets, hockey markets, and other markets you can't find anywhere else. BetMGM app has also improved its lineup with instant withdrawals and data insights and brand new rewards hubs. Download the BetMGM app today to enjoy the NHL like never before. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 18 plus to wager. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or somebody close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario. So yesterday, Jesse was a bit of an animal. Did Easton Cowan's first game, which, Steve, you were at.
I was.
Toronto, Detroit. So you guys were both in the arena for that. And then he raced home. I don't know when you left, but you raced home and did the Blue Jays stream.
Towards the end of the second.
You went
Like second intermission.
Oh, so you missed the comeback and the blowing of it.
Oh, I watched it on television at home. I did not miss that.
Oh, my God.
So the thing is, the Leafs objectively outplayed Detroit. But they seem not to be able to do a couple of things: score goals or prevent goals. and actually, it was Justin Bourne saying today they're one of the top teams in the league in expected goals, but they're also one of the top teams in the league in expected goals against.
Shinny. I expect them to start scoring more. Like yesterday,
Nylander has three shots in 3 games.
That's unacceptable.
Is that good?
I think the good thing is they're playing all right, despite several performances that are just either unlucky or unacceptable. You could turn that on its head, and Calle Järnkrok shouldn't have 3 goals. Maybe he's got the one Austin Matthews should have. Like, there's been a lot of this, Austin doesn't have his wingman. Easton Cowan set him up for several really good chances. He had 8 shots on goal. He had a breakaway that led to 2 point-blank chances that, Cam Talbot just robbed him on. I'd like him to take better shots on the power play. There was one where he did the toe drag release that used to be automatic, and it's like right at the chest. He's got to be better. But he's got to be better in the way that I think the puck is going to start going in. Nylander just objectively needs to be better, straight up. Matthias Michelli needs to figure out what the hell he does in this team. Dakota Joshua needs to put on a uniform for the first time. Dakota Joshua to me is a little bit of a microcosm of the Leafs right now. What do you do here?
Well,
what are the Leafs?
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too.
That's the best line they have.
They're not. Which one though?
The 4th line.
He's
Joshua
on the 4th
Waugh
line sometimes,
and Järnkrok is I think the best line they have all season.
but he's only on the 4th line sometimes. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I want a big hit. I want a moment, a moment that shifts the game from him, because that's what I think you expected and what I expected.
Okay.
And I'm just not seeing enough of it.
I disagree.
And here's a guy who I think is going to be out of the lineup toot sweet if things don't turn around immediately. No player made me angrier watching the game in person yesterday than Nick Robertson.
Okay, so you've hit on everything that we were going to hit on. This is why I like to take us through intentionally and slowly. We're going to start with the first line. Okay,
It was passion.
he
Adam.
was
Why
like,
are
"Here's
you?
everything that I thought ever."
There's a little a taster.
and I like it.
It's called passion.
It's called passion. Now let's start with the good news. The good news is good early returns on the Nyes Matthews Cowan line. 10-0 in shots when they were on the ice. This is 5-on-5. 16-5 in shot attempts. 80% share of the expected goals in 10 minutes of ice time. 5-on-5. No actual goals. But Austin Matthews getting 8 shots, as you mentioned. Easton Cowan setting him up. That's great.
Keep the kid in the lineup. Keep the kid on that line.
My problem with all of those numbers and the shots they're getting, there's nothing in front. Like, those are real easy shots for the goaltender to see.
That's pretty valid.
Like,
So they're creating opportunities, but nobody's in front.
Yes, there needs, like, the Nyes play was fantastic. Like when he found Calle on that little blind pass in front.
Yes,
like,
that was in
what
front.
a great play. It was in front. There's Matthews was in front there. I believe the puck like goes by him and gets to Calle, which is such a weird sequence to happen.
Yeah, he does so much work that's just not recognized or appreciated.
Yeah, it was a lot of easy shots by Matthew point blank on the goaltender that Cam Talbot, who shouldn't look like George Vezina, looked like George Vezina because he can see all the shots.
It's the same thing as the Montembeau game in the first game last year.
Yeah.
That almost made me feel better about it, because I was like, okay, this looks exactly like how they looked early last season, and we were mad, and they won the division. Now, I see a few more holes this time around, but
I mean, listen, anytime you have a team, can we throw that lineup back up, please?
Oh,
if that's okay.
Sure.
Anytime you got a team with a lot of new players, they are going to struggle.
Yeah.
Like, there are going to be, and first off, can I just say, being validated in the first week about Calle Järnkrok, I feel very good about myself. It takes away from the Lane Hutson thing, which I think is, listen.
you can't trade that guy at all.
No, that guy's valuable. He's important. Second line, you mentioned Matthias Michelli. I want to get both of your takes on this, because Michelli has good looks, seems to have vision, has not found his spot in the lineup. And I think it goes back to the fact that when Scott Laughton went down, they seemed to panic.
Which is insane. He's your 4th line center. That's an insane way to behave as a hockey team.
Well, they have a 4th line center in the AHL.
The easiest thing to do for their lineup would have been to simply play Kampf. Now, does that cost you Cowan on the roster? It's possible. Please don't make me do the exact math. But also, you're home for the next 4 games now that you've played one.
Yeah, you always get a lot of home games in October for the Leafs.
Use your minor league team. guys who cleared, guys who can just be sent down. Like,
You could send Cowan down.
you could have sent him down for the 2 games he didn't play. You know what I mean? I don't understand what contending team behaves this way. What contending team is like, we lost our 4th line center, so now our top line right wing has to play 3rd line center. What? And if we're talking about DNA change, like the Robertson, Domi, McMahon line.
We're not talking about that line.
No. But it can't exist in a DNA change.
No, it can't.
Michelli, there's a lot of busy running around. I'm not convinced he's a bad player. I'm not 100% convinced he should be in the top 6. I'm also...
Well, the point was to ease him in on the 3rd line, which is why I brought it up.
Yes!
They said that. We don't want him playing top line minutes to start in this position. We want to see what he does on the 3rd line and then see if he earns a spot in the top 6.
What about losing your 4th line center means your 3rd line right wing is now your top line right wing?
Well, your top line right wing went to center on the 3rd line.
Why? I would rather have someone who's not even a natural center do this than what they're currently doing. Lorentz, I know he's out now.
Hey, you know who can play center? Yarncroke. I know it's been a while, but the guy did it.
Have Yarncroke and Lorentz split duty. It's October, for God's sake.
You almost said it.
Yeah, I did.
You almost said it. Catholic boy.
I know.
Saying that.
I know. Well, you shouldn't say God either.
No, that's true.
But it's better than the other one.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't.
Yeah. I know.
I don't understand how a bottom 4th line injury yard sailed the plan.
Right. But
entirely.
And to Jesse's point, Joshua, Waugh, and Yarncroke are the best line on the team.
Waugh looks
right
great.
now.
Waugh looks fantastic.
Are you worried about the Leafs' performance early on? Like long term, are you worried that they can't get it going?
I think they'll get it going individually. I think a lot of the problems they're having are individual. What I'm more worried about is, like, this summer, this fan base seemed to be unanimous in, you know what? Treliving's doing a pretty good job. Berube is doing a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
And first impression of this season, oh boy.
It was supposed to be addition by subtraction, losing Mitch Marner. You're supposed to be able to replace him with the sum of the parts. And in 3 games, it hasn't quite been that way. And it feels like they haven't solved that missing piece yet. And it's gonna take a little, and things would be better if Nylander wasn't just kind of out there and doing nothing. Like Michelli would look better if Tavares and Nylander were going. You know?
I think Tavares is going. I really like the way he's playing.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by an $11.5 million player who's doing nothing.
Yeah.
And a rotating cast.
Yeah. And there's no stability on either of those wings with your star players.
And none of us are talking about any of this if Riley beats an octogenarian in a foot race and doesn't take the silliest icing call, hopefully, of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the Leafs don't have an icing call as bad as that.
What's the octogenarian that he had to beat in the foot race?
James Van Riemsdyk.
No, hold on. You mean fleet of foot, James Van Riemsdyk?
Dude, he wasn't fleet of foot when he was here.
Why didn't you put money on JVR scoring?
I know.
This was the most obvious
Free
thing
money.
to happen.
Free money. Stupid idiot.
That was his first game in a Red Wings uniform. He was going to score against the
He
Leafs.
scratched the first 2 games, right? Like
the
And they
Red
play him
Wings
against the Leafs.
The Red Wings got so tired of losing the draft lottery that they signed the 1st and 2nd overall picks from 2007. And they are both eating the Leafs lunch. Here, I'm going to send you a screen grab from yesterday's game.
Okay.
It's oh my God. This needs to be an icing.
Hold on. Before you even say that, what are the shots right now?
The shots are 40-13.
What time of the period and what period?
1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the 3rd period.
What's the score?
2-2.
We need to know this. Okay, so the Leafs are badly outplaying the Red Wings.
Yes, all night.
And then now go into what you were going to say.
Morgan Rielly is surrounded by 5 Toronto Maple Leafs, if you include Anthony Stolarz, and 1 Dylan Larkin. There is 1 Dylan Larkin applying pressure. There is no other Red Wing in this shot. Maybe my screen is covering him. Can you take me off for a sec? Oh, look at that. There's one leg and one arm at the blue line. Here, put me back. Look at me playing defense. I'm covering him right now. Morgan!
So what happens?
He ices the puck with no pressure. You could go to Willie, but that'd be dumb because Larkin's right there. You could go to the highest paid player on the team and the captain, but maybe you don't. How about your defense partner? Why did last night look like the first time those two had ever played together?
Because that's okay. I'm going to just say it. That's how Morgan Rielly plays hockey.
Morgan, I've been a Morgan Rielly defender for so long, and I don't want this to be like Mitch is out of town, so you need a new target. Like, no, Leaf fans have been on this guy for years, and I've been like, hold the door, and like, hold the door.
You've never seen Game of Thrones, you fucking liar. You liar.
No, but I have TikTok where I can watch clips with Bruno Mars underneath it for some reason.
Don't act like you know Game of Thrones.
Hodor!
You know nothing about Hodor.
And what does he do? He talks about this offseason. He talks about having an honest conversation with Brad Treliving. He talks about not being good enough. He talks about holding himself to a higher standard. He is the best player on the ice in their first game of the season and arguably their worst over the next two. He cost them the game. This cost them the game. There's no reason. And by the way, the reason he has the yips in this situation is he was the D-man caught on a 2-on-1 that was just stopped by Stolarz. He didn't take a second to be like, okay, that was bad, but crisis averted. Use your D partner who's behind the net, and then you have a breakout of Matthews, Nylander, Nyes, and if you want, you!
Or you can do the thing that you know how to do, and that's flip the puck to center ice. Every hockey player at any kind of competitive level can just flip a puck to center ice where you don't ice it.
He was drafted in 2012. There's no reason to be making a play like this as an alleged number one defenseman at this point in your career.
But this is who he is.
Yeah.
And this has been my issue with him the entire time. And again, I love Morgan Rielly, the person. Morgan Rielly, the player, when he's at his best, you're like, wow. That's a great player.
Have at him.
But for
fresh meat.
Years and years and years, the numbers, even the advanced numbers have shown us there's a lot of flaws in that game, and that contract was never worth it.
Sorry, buddy. Hodor's dead.
Well, this is where
I'm done.
And this is where it has to be dead. Because, you had people are like, well, you had Mitch. And I've been the one last week I was saying, listen, Morgan used to run the power play. He ran it longer than Mitch did. But the question I would have for Morgan Rielly this morning is, do you still have the ability?
Man.
Do you still have the ability? And it's a weekend. 3 weeks from now, we could be going, man, this guy's freaking tearing it up. I'm so glad. And that's what I want.
Well, we saw the best version of him like 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Like
less than a week ago, he was like the guy we were praising.
I'm sure he's still in there, but man, that's just an unacceptable play. It's completely unacceptable. There's no reason. Mm-hmm. Even if your logic is, well, we can ice it because this is the group that we want on the ice. There's no guarantee that you win the faceoff, and there's no guarantee you're not going to get scored on by Mason Appleton. There's no reason. Absolutely no reason to ice the puck in that situation. None.
It's a shame because it was a cool comeback. And I have to know, being in the stands and being with Ryan Hanna from
3 Red Wings fans.
From Red Wing Wheel. How did that play? How did that go?
Not nearly as bad as my mentions.
No,
they were and like it was infuriating because Evan from Winged Wheel was just, there was still 44 seconds left, I think, and he's just like, see ya, that's game.
He just left.
No. Like he was saying, see ya, that's game. There was a Let's Go Red Wings chant going on from a very small section. Listen, if I was a Red Wings fan, I would also be flooding my mentions. Red Sabres, asshole. Like, I would, a few of them have been unhinged.
I don't think Adam caught it. Can you explain, and the audience who don't know what happened between you and Red Wings fans on Saturday night, because you streamed that game on Saturday. Our streams are back.
Where
by
the
way.
Leafs lost in the second period the same way they did against Florida.
Adam's going to be streaming tonight. You're going to be streaming Thursday, and then there's no stream Saturday because of our live show. Go get tickets at the Rec Room. But Saturday night, you were talking to Red Wings fans in your live stream chat. And it got a little heated between you and the chat because there was an argument about how the Red Wings have performed over the last decade and their playoff drought that they've had. Can you explain what happened? Because that was incredible content.
Well, it's like saying over the past decade there have been some clouds in the sky, and the argument against that is nuh-uh, which I know objectively. There have been clouds in the sky, and the Red Wings have been hot's ass. They've been not the Red Wings. They've been red baboon ass. They've been terrible. And I think they're upset because
that should be their 100-year logo, by the way. Just a baboon.
It's very nice.
Ass. Yeah.
It's very nice. I know they won Stanley Cups in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
And I know that. That was never up for debate.
It's the same gripe I've had with certain Penguins fans. Most of them get it. Some of them are like,
What if-
"No, but we're really good." I'm like, I was there on Saturday. No, you're not.
Why in our season preview of the Detroit Red Wings would I be like, oh, you mean the 2008 Stanley Cup champions? What? What are you talking about?
Haven't played a playoff game in their new arena, and their new arena is a decade old.
Yes, objectively, yes. So I was looking at them and they're like, well, what about this guy? And what about that guy? And what about that guy? And what about that guy? You're doing what every team does.
You bring up young players and hope they're good?
No, but every team, every fan base overvalues their prospects.
Of course.
So they're like Branson Nygaard.
Sandine Pellikka.
Sandine
Who I think
Pellikka
is actually a stud. Could be.
Finney is an insane story. He's on their first line. You know when they drafted him and where?
No.
2023 in the 7th round.
Oh, so he's the next Zetterberg.
Early returns suggest maybe.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So what if absolutely everything hits? I'm not getting this shit from Flyers fans. And they got Michkov.
Who was sat, by the way, in the third period.
Maybe shouldn't have
Rumors
been.
About fitness and camp. I'm just throwing that out there. And I have him on my fantasy team, so it's killing me.
Interesting. I'm sure he'll be fine and put up 70 points or whatever.
Yeah, please.
Like every single team does this. The Blackhawks are loaded with great prospects right now.
A lot of what ifs.
The Sharks are full of guys we're all convinced are going to hit. There's no guarantee, and there's one puck. Sometimes I look at their prospect pool, I go, where are all these guys going to play? Sam Dickinson and Chernyshov.
Well, Sam Dickinson isn't going to play. Well, apparently. Neither is Michael Misa.
Michael Misa.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
Oh, man, that guy's got potential. Yeah, potential to play with the Barracuda, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
right now he's...
Well, actually, no. Like, maybe get sent to junior.
That's the thing.
And the Red Wings have a way more solid foundation of veterans than either of those teams.
Yes.
They have a better foundation than the Sharks. They have a better foundation than, I mean, of veterans. Like the Red Wings would kill for Celebrini. They don't have them, but they have a way, like they have Dylan Larkin.
Patrick Kane.
Well, yeah. Back nine Patrick Kane. Like Dylan Larkin is prime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And Dylan Larkin is not walking through the door for the Sharks. He's not walking through the door for the Blackhawks. I kind of look at them the way I think most people look at them is they might make the playoffs. They might. I think I can't wrap my head around why being skeptical of a team that has been on par with the Sabres for a decade. I can't wrap my head around why that's a stupid thing to say.
Well, because they have a better brand.
Damn.
They have a better brand. And the Sabres were pretty darn close to winning a couple of the years where Detroit was close to winning as well. Like the Sabres were pretty good.
Yeah, the Sabres have come close to making the playoffs, and so has Detroit. But
I mean, like went back when they were actually.
Oh, you mean like winning
before
the cup.
Eichel and all that stuff.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And like, I don't know what the update on Lucas Raymond is because he went down
that's tough.
Dude, he's one of the more underrated players in the league because of how ass the Red Wings have been. And yeah, you beat the Leafs twice.
I would.
All right, like what I can't wrap my head around is the nanny boo-boo going on after 3 games, and I'm like, how the mighty have fallen. There was a time, I'm old enough to remember, when Red Wings fans wouldn't have even mentioned this because they don't care. You know, Ryan had a very funny observation. Ryan from the Wing Wheel podcast. He was sitting there and he's like, this whole building doesn't care about this game. And I went, what do you mean? Like it's too quiet? He's like, no. Every fan in this building expects the Leafs to be in the playoffs in April. And you just got to go through the season. Like you just got to sit through 82 games you don't care about because you know you're making the playoffs. We haven't had that for a long time. That was the Red Wings for a quarter of a century.
Yeah. Yep.
President's trophies, division wins, expecting to the first round, like expecting to go to the conference final, expecting to end up in the Stanley Cup final, expecting to win. And it's been reduced to we beat the Leafs in back-to-back games in October. Fuck me, that's depressing.
Yeah, remember, a certain Red Wings team had a screaming October 2023. How'd it work out for them? They were great in October 2023. Go look up.
They've learned nothing.
We were getting dunked on like that first 2 weeks of the season.
Justin Hall, and it's like 3 years later, they hate him too and have learned not a thing.
Yeah.
Because we had the same thing in our season preview. We're like, okay, you got to prove it here. You're running on, at that time, it was like 7 years of no playoffs. We don't really believe in this roster. And they got off to a hot start and then ended up with them missing the playoffs again.
And let me tell you, like, I know most Red Wings fans aren't the select group of people on Twitter. I don't give a shit if Raymond's hurt. If they start to stink, I'm on your ass.
Now
you owe me.
I want to turn back to the Leafs for a second. There's a problem I'm seeing, and I saw it a little bit last year, but it seems pronounced. This was a problem at the beginning of last season, and it sort of took care of itself as the season went on, but they cannot take that many penalties on their bottom pair. Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Simon Benoit. And Simon Benoit taking the penalty at the end of the power play that led to the first goal for Detroit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Enough, guys.
I know.
It's what kinds of penalties is what I'm always talking about.
Here's what I hate about that penalty. It's 3 players going for the puck in the same way, and he just happened to hit it.
Yeah, hey, I don't care.
I know.
Guess who gets tagged with them all the time? Him. Yeah. And same with, and by the way, I'm talking about Simon Benoit. Oliver Ekman-Larsson takes a ton, and I'm a big fan of this guy, takes a ton of stick penalties.
I'm glad you are, because I'm not. Like, if we're looking at ways this team can improve, like, I like the dollar amount that they're paying their decor. And I love Simon Benoit. Like, he seems like a lovely guy. There's guys on the Marlies who are lovely guys. Like,
well, I'd like to see Henry Thrun in that spot. I think Simon Benoit missed most of training camp with an injury.
I wouldn't mind replace it. Like, by the time the playoffs come around, if you're able to, replace the whole pair. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. Unless they pick up their stocks. And at this
I thought OEL was great in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, yeah.
And Benny had the overtime goal, so we got to give him that. I think you got to give them time, but my problem is Benoit was wearing a red jersey up until the last 3 days of training camp. And then you're like, here you go, play NHL games. Dude, no. You put Myers or you put Thrun in that spot, and you let Benoit take another couple weeks to get up to speed. It's clear that he's not.
Well, Thrun's in the minors, right?
Yeah. So well, it's crazy, though. He cleared waivers.
He did.
Bring him up.
But what I think you probably do is you sit one of Benny or Ekman-Larsson. Whoever doesn't sit, you're on the left as the left-handed shot. Myers plays the right.
Yep.
I don't think you're sitting OEL. I think I doubt it. I think we might be looking for problems that.
Yeah,
I don't.
They got to be better.
I think it's Benny.
They have to. I think those guys have to be better. Yes. Is what you're asking for. It's not. We got to replace them. And with the Benoit situation, I think they look at it as the best way to get him up to speed is playing games, because you can't replicate that in practice. So if we just kept him out, then we're just delaying that return to where he should be. So I think you got to play him and play these guys through this situation. I think their 6D are very good, and that's one of their strengths. And I think the problems lie with the forward group and maybe the top half of the the D where Morgan Riley's playing.
It always comes down to this because they are getting depth scoring. They are getting it already through 3 games. And again, it's 3 games, but you got
Every game matters.
Yeah. Well, and you got to look at what you have. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in what the projections say. I'm interested in what I've seen thus far. And if your best players are not scoring, what usually happens?
Well,
How do we have 3 shots this season from William Nylander?
I
How
tell you
does
what,
that happen?
I tell you what. I just checked my phone to see if there's any lineup changes, like if Blay is getting in or something like that.
Lorentz is not playing.
Lorentz is not playing. If the Leafs need an offensive get-right night, the Preds are starting Justus Annunen.
Yeah.
And the Leafs are starting Caden Primo.
Because UC Soros is my fantasy goaltender, so I'm
Man.
This will be a friggin' barn burner.
Both guys were awful last year, Primo and Annunen. I'm taking the over tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm taking the... Dude, shoot. Shoot. Should I? Shoot! There were a couple moments like that yesterday. Don't think. Shoot.
Yep. It's going to be very, very interesting tonight. So again, I'm doing the stream. If anybody catches this before we do the stream, I'm sure the show will go up like an hour before the stream. But it's going to be a fun one. Now, we've had some breaking news from another Atlantic Division rival, and this one is surprising. Jesse, I'm going to send this over to you. The play itself.
This happened during the show?
Yes. Brady Tkachuk is going to miss at least 4 weeks.
Whoa!
Potentially longer. He might have surgery on his wrist. Now,
shoot.
texted Julian in the middle of this show, and he said Roman Josi cross-checked him into the boards yesterday, and I was looking for the play, and I found it. He jammed his wrist, played through it, but he could not play the last 9 minutes. And again, they're reporting now that surgery is potentially on the table, and that sucks. Batherson looks like he's going to come back and play. But Brady Tkachuk is the heart and soul of the Ottawa Senators, and this is a play that you don't really love, but these things in hockey happen.
This is the kind of thing that can screw up like your whole season, even though he's going to be playing. I think back to Claude Giroux when he screwed up his wrist.
Matthews last year, I swear that was a wrist.
Wow,
Sure feels like a wrist.
He still scored over 30 goals. Like Tkachuk. The thing with Tkachuk, like he's the ultimate fantasy player because he's going to do everything. He's going to hit. He's going to get penalty minutes if you're in a league that gives you a lot of those. He's going to take a quadrillion shots. If he's not shooting because it hurts or because it's not going in, that changes the way the Sens look significantly. He's still going to be a presence out there, throwing the body. How willing is he going to be to fight?
Well, he's not going to be doing any of that and not playing.
Well, I know that, but like once he comes
or
back,
January
Sure.
or whatever, yeah.
Once
I think you
comes,
rest him until he's healthy.
Like,
I don't think you play him with the injury.
but even
It's only gonna
once
get
he's
worse.
healthy, if you've had a surgically repaired wrist and you're fighting like 6 weeks after you've had it surgically repaired, like that's a stupid decision. You should.
Is it? You said it's surgery?
No, it's on the table, they said.
Oh.
They're deciding that today.
surgery or no surgery? He shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be fighting a lot this year. I could be wrong, but
it
I get the
changes-
sense that that's changed. the
He's a
trajectory of the
Tkachuk,
season.
so I think he's going to be.
Yeah.
because he can't help himself.
Or he'll just be ragdolling people. He'll be fine. Take
Or
your other
that.
wrist and just grab the guy and ragdoll him, which is what the Tkachuks are great at. They're great at that.
It is true. Stick work after the whistle, all that.
Yeah.
It's that's a big loss.
Do we have a look at the play, Jesse?
Yes, it's ready.
Okay, so Roman Josi. This is a bit of a dangereux play, but we see this in hockey all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, and that is boarding all day, all night. He didn't have control of the puck or whatever. And, Brady, listen, if it was Tim Stützle, I'd be like, listen, he went down easy. Brady
is
doesn't
it
go
his
down
right
easy.
wrist?
Yeah,
Fuck.
that sucks.
Oh,
No,
those hurt so much.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a really underrated pain.
There was a
Shit.
penalty. And he got up too. There's the side view. You can see the wrist go in there.
Yeah.
Not great.
I mean, could have been his left then.
And look at the face. Look at the face. That's crazy.
Did Josi get anything for that?
Yeah, it was a penalty.
Oh, it was a
you see the
penalty.
ref's arm go up here. There you see the ref there.
Yeah.
Doing his thing. Call on a penalty.
But that sucks.
That's the weird thing with hockey is guys will look at that play and be like, yeah, well, it's a penalty. You got a penalty. Yeah, cool. Their captain's out a month. You know what I mean? Like, does that feel just? Does that feel...
He got up and tried to fight Roman Josi, which was hilarious because it's so Tkachuk.
It is so Kachuk.
I mean, Roman Yossi's not going to fight him.
Yeah. He also tried to play.
Yeah, good business decision.
Yes.
He left the game for a bit, and then he came back, and then he sat for like the last 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Your
he tried.
wrists are a funny one because in certain positions they feel fine, and others it's agony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
Listen,
this, like
if you're a Leafs fan and you're like, I'm not thrilled with the way the season has started, that's okay because there are other teams that are going through it worse. I wouldn't want to lose my best player like this. That sucks.
Well, this is the other reason why I look at teams who are like, well, if everything goes according to plan, we'll be great. Since when does everything go according to plan for anybody?
In hockey, never.
Never.
Yeah.
Right? So the Sens played their first half last year without Shane Pinto. And I think Josh Norris also. They have Pinto, and he's incredible. They've replaced Norris with Cousins. They're getting Batherson back. All those things are going to help. But, yeah, Kachuk is a big, big loss.
Sabres fans are watching this one closely because they have the Sens tomorrow night. But segueing to the Sabres, what?
Let's go. Sabres talk.
Fire Kevin Adams chants have already broken out. Jerseys have already been thrown on the ice. And let me give you
That's
a tweet
crazy.
from Matthew Fairburn. Sabres are one of two NHL teams in the standing without one point in this week. They have the worst goal differential in the NHL already and have the fewest amount of goals, 3 fewer than the next closest teams. And by the way, anybody keeping track, that's 2 goals in 3 games. And
That's crazy.
yeah, so there's the jersey.
Oh, my God.
CJ
It's
on the
opening
CJ
week.
show said clearly it's a failing at many levels to get to where they've sort of slipped as an organization. I know the NHL isn't too happy about it. I thought that was interesting on the drive in. And here's the thing, like the other graphic I want to show you, Jesse, and this is the one I saw when I was at the Pens game on Saturday night. This is unbelievable. This is their Boston first period. And I want you to imagine that you're at this game watching this team. The shots is what everybo's
Oh
talked
my
about.
God, I saw this.
Is it
like I know it's early.
it was early in that game.
There are some teams that just don't get the right to say it's early.
Oh, the Sabres,
And Buffalo's one of them.
Sabres are absolutely one of them.
This
They
is
have to be.
the Sabres just played game 83, 84, and 85. You know what I mean? Like that's how you got to feel if you're a fan. Like what's changed exactly?
And I think the Sabres fans know that.
By the way,
That's why they're getting this
Holy
reaction.
shots were
shit.
17-1 after the first period. 17-1.
How about Boston's start to the year, by the way?
Dude, I told you.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know. I know, but they look good.
Tage Thompson said it's asked about the morale in the locker room. He said it's not good morale when you're losing. Can't keep looking back the last 3 games, the last 4 seasons, the last 14 seasons. What's done is done. I'm tired of talking about the past. Sabres fans are already wearing paper bags over their heads. And what's worse is obviously we know Josh Norris is out a significant amount of time. Matthias Samuelsson, who looked to be a good player, has been super injury prone since that contract. Sabres have been on management about potentially even buying him out. He's dealing with a serious injury and he will not play. And it's a kind of like at a certain point, like I understand that it's got to be more than Kevin Adams and potentially Jarmo Kekalainen to blame here, but they're the face of it. And
Can I throw another one in there?
Ooh.
Can I ask a very loaded, unfair question?
Sure.
Was the person who made the decision that Jack Eichel can't get his neck surgery the same person who was like, yeah, Josh Norris, let's do that.
That was. I mean, it was a team doctor that recommended they not do the Eichel surgery, but it was Kevin Adams' ultimate decision.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
I keep getting told, but it needed to happen by Sabres fans, and I keep saying no, it didn't.
No. Forget all that. I'm not talking about hockey. I'm not talking about the quality of the player. I'm not talking about whether or not he needed to get traded. They said you can't get the surgery.
They did say that.
He goes and gets the surgery. He's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Won a cup since.
Nothing to do with the trade. He goes and gets the surgery. He's incredible. They were wrong. how could you argue against that? I bring it back to when the Flyers got Ryan Ellis and then he got hurt. I felt terrible for the player. I had no sympathy for the Flyers because I'm like, you got Ryan Ellis. This was always a risk when you acquired him. And then it happened. Who told you to get Josh Norris and trade a cheaper player for him and tie a pick to that player and expect him to be on the ice more than he wasn't? Sorry, man. Like, what are the Sabres doing well? Drafting. That's about it. They are doing well there. That's the end of it. It takes more than that.
Yeah.
They're making the wrong decision at nearly every turn, and it's led to paper bags.
It's got to be one of the worst trades in recent memory.
The Cousins.
The Cousins
Norris trade,
for
yeah.
Norris trade, because it seemed like it was unnecessary. You didn't have to do that swap. Dylan Cousins is a very good player, and you acquired somebody who hasn't played hockey for you because you acquired an injured player. Plus, they send that second round pick,
Yeah.
you say. Plus, they acquire Jacob Bernard-Docker in that deal.
Who's now playing?
Who's playing for the Red Wings.
He's in the
Like, he's
division.
not. They didn't even care to keep the other asset they got in that trade.
You got him because he's a right-handed defenseman who hasn't reached his potential, but he was a former first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw him play for the Buffalo Sabres and decided he's not good enough.
As of right now, as we are currently sitting here, the Buffalo Sabres traded Dylan Cousins, Dennis Gilbert, and a second-round pick to Ottawa for nothing that is currently playing hockey.
Oh my God.
Boy,
One of the guys isn't there anymore. He's not on the team. And then the other guy hasn't played full games for them ever and is now out for 8 weeks.
Oh my God.
They literally gave away those three things for nothing.
in division.
He's the worst GM in pro sports.
Also,
Kevin
let me add one more injured player to that. Jordan Greenway has not suited up for the
Oh my God,
Sabres
you want to
yet.
go through the injured players on their roster? They have like 4 good pieces on IR. It's Norris, it's Greenway, it's Michael Kesselring, UPL's out. Like,
And, Michael Kesselring's out now too?
yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
So what you're saying is there's reason to believe they'll get better.
Injuries happen, but you don't have to trade for injury-prone players.
Listen,
You
it
don't
was
have to retain them.
it was a risk when you
Samuelson
traded
was-
for him, and you came out on the wrong side of the risk.
Samuelson wanted, or the Sabres, a lot of Sabres fans wanted Samuelson bought out this offseason not because he's not a good player when he's healthy. That's a big win.
Whoa.
When?
And the Buffalo Sabres need living, breathing human beings. You're not signing there because things went well,
Unless you're Alex Tuck, who I think does want to stay.
who I think grew up a Sabres fan. Like, you can't rely on clear exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
Alex Tuck, it was, listen, they got killed in the Eichel deal. Getting Tuck in that deal was good.
Yeah.
It was very smart.
Yep.
And I would say it's worked out very well. He's been a very good Sabre. There's one guy.
Yeah.
You know, one good move, one good draft pick. You need to nail so much stuff, which is why you can't just be like, well, this was good.
And you know what they did this offseason, and we all forget this, is the guy they got for Casey Middlestat got a 2-year extension. That'd be Bo Byram.
Right. Because he wasn't signing.
That's right.
And then he did.
And then he signed because he got a deal that he's going to be traded now.
Oh, it's a get me out of here deal. It's Sam Reinhart.
Yeah.
When do you start counting down the days for when Dahlin and or Thompson ask out?
It can't last forever.
Adams gets fired long before that, I think.
Please. Like, thank you. That would be excellent.
Like,
I don't
listen,
know, Steve.
yeah.
I don't know that.
Listen, Sabres ownership is completely clueless and out to lunch. Gary Bettman is really involved in this league, and he doesn't like this shit.
And he was at
Yeah.
the Sabres game last week.
He hates this shit. And, you know, there's lots of things I don't like about him. This is maybe one of those situations where it's good that he micromanages. If this keeps up, he won't last till Christmas.
I don't see all the evidence we have is that they are just like, that's our guy. We know Kevin Adams, he's our friend, so we're keeping him there. I'm talking about the Pagulas keeping Kevin Adams there. So where is the evidence that anything's going to change? Because it wasn't Peterka leaving. It wasn't Reinhart leaving, going to win. It wasn't Eichel leaving. Everything keeps happening to them, and they just keep running it back.
So here's something that we all at this table know for a fact. Gary will go to executives in this league and be like, here's a list of guys you should consider hiring.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think the Buffalo Sabres did that with Kevin Adams?
No, they had their guy because he built them like a minor league hockey complex.
Absolutely not. So this is where Bettman pulls it out and throws it on the table with an earth-shattering thud and says, listen, you dumb fucker. You're taking this list and you're picking someone from this list.
Do you think?
Because you're embarrassing
and you know
the
what,
league.
Steve? I think he's already there. That's the scary part, is his name is Jarmo Kekalainen. And ask Columbus fans how they feel about that. Here, they've already hired Adams' replacement. He's there. And you think
Jarmo
that Gary's going
Kekalainen?
to go to one of his bosses, which Terry objectively is, and Terry's a very rich man, and the Sabres were very challenged financially before Terry took over. They almost left. There's all that stuff. You think Gary's going to go in there and be like, you need to fire Kevin Adams? I think he'll be there when they do fire Kevin Adams, but I think that him going, like, Gary will go at this like a lawyer. Things are not good. They need to change. He's not going to say you need to let the general manager go. And if you let the general manager go, what then? Okay, so you bring in Jarmo. But if everything else stays the same, this is the problem. They've cut back on analytics, scouts, coaching, everything. They spent money for about the first 2 years that Pagula was there, and then they fired everyone. They don't have enough scouts. And they still draft well. God bless them.
Let me tell you this though, and you're not. No one's going to like to hear this. It's going to sound wrong when I say it. You're going to let it marinate for 5-10 seconds and you're going to realize I'm bang on.
Okay.
Jarmo Kekalainen is Scotty Bowman compared to Kevin Adams.
No, you're right. You're right. But he's not.
He is.
But he's the Scotty Bowman of finishing 9th out of, in the conference.
That would be an improvement right now.
Well, yeah, I guess being in a playoff race, because this is the thing.
They don't play relevant games.
We've been robbed of the KeyBank Arena being rocking.
Yeah.
When that arena, when Buffalo is rocking, it's awesome.
Their goal horn used to shake the camera. Go and watch a great goal. I don't remember who scored it. It was a playoff OT
That'll
winner.
make it easy to look up.
So it was a play. Every Sabres fan is going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm just fucking you.
Are you ready, Legion of Doom? Here come the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah. I've lost my voice. It sucks. That, when the Sabres, I think that was the 99 Stanley Cup playoffs, with the goat head and the smoke coming out of it. And the building shook like Batista's bat flip.
Yeah.
It was a thing of beauty, and I hated them viscerally as a kid because they had Hasek, and every friggin' Sabres game was torture to watch. There's 2-1 if you were lucky and drank your milk and said your prayers. And those days are so long gone. They're ancient history. It's sad, man. It's sad, and something's got to be done because there's a story about Kevin Adams that hasn't dropped, and it's not my story to tell. And it's not even that bad. It's just the complete lack of professionalism at every level. I don't care how gosh gee willikers he is in front of the microphone. I don't care about all his wilting, we don't have palm trees. I don't care about how good of a guy he is. It's a winning business. His teams don't win. He's got to go.
That story has dropped.
Several
we did
different
it
ways.
last season.
Several different ways.
Where The Athletic wrote a huge profile on how Kevin Adams got this job. And the day he entered the administration and upper management in the Sabres, he let go of everybody. Mm-hmm. And he had no one around him to help him with anything in making the trade deadline moves that he was tasked with hiring like a month after he got in there. Mm-hmm. And it's been this way. And that's why they finally brought in Kekalainen, because there's nobody helping him out. We know everything that is wrong with Kevin Adams and everything that has gone on, and it just continues.
It's even worse than that, Jesse. It's even I know what article you're talking about. It's even worse than that. And it's not the kind of thing where you're like, he's reprehensible. It's a laughing stock. It's funny.
Well, I think that
So I'm struggling to find what more you want to reason with why he needs to go.
Oh, I don't have more.
Oh, okay.
I'm done. No. They have to fire him.
Right. We have
In case I haven't made that clear.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be fired.
but there has to be a commitment more than just firing him and let's say bringing in Jarmo Kekalainen to run it.
I agree.
There has to be more organizationally right up the top. The spine of this organization is disintegrating. And the spine of any organization is its management group. They're the ones that decide where everything goes. And the feedback I think we have all gotten by talking to people who are in the game, connected to the game, is that Kevin Adams is a really good guy and he's in over his head.
Do not care. Yeah, over his head.
Yeah. He's no experience to do this. He ran the business side of the Pegula's business, and then they like him and they want him to be their general manager, so they've stuck with it since 2020.
Can I throw it out there?
Not good at this.
There's a lot of good guys.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
Majority
of
of guys are good guys.
What do you say on your resume? I'm highly qualified. Terrible guy. Like,
Some of the most qualified people aren't good guys.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's harder to hate somebody if they're a nice person though, like they're respectful and whatever. But I do think,
Sabres fans are willing to give it a shot.
I think at this point they should. They should. I don't know, guys. I look at this and I think you have to have an owner that cares.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that Terry does. I don't think that he cares to hear feedback. I think that if he did, whether it be from Gary Bettman or the throngs of fans or that rant from the street after game one that we ran on the show, that anonymous guy going, they haven't made the playoffs since I was in Disneyland, like when I was in grade 6. Like it is to the point now where you are wasting one of the great hockey markets in this league. And you said something about the Penguins a few weeks ago that I thought was really interesting, is that they're risking becoming a museum of the Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you brought back Lindy Ruff, no disrespect to Lindy and his career or whatever, like that is you going, let's go back to this museum piece that worked 25 years ago. I was in grade 6 and he was the coach of the Sabres.
The current Buffalo Sabres are the pre-McDavid Oilers.
Yeah.
Where you look at them and you're like, okay, they got Jordan Eberle.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nice piece. They draft really well. They got Jordan Eberle. Nice piece. They got first overall pick. They got Taylor Hall.
Yep.
Next year, first overall pick, you get Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Next year, you get first overall pick. You got Nail Yakupov, who was a good rookie. People forget that. Didn't he win the Calder? I think he led rookies in scoring. He had over 30 points. He was fine. You have all these pieces, and you are awful. So awful, in fact, that you were one of the awfulest teams in the race to get Connor McDavid. And you somehow pull it off. And they were still irrelevant for a couple years after that.
Yep.
And once they gained relevance, they lost it again. They were a laughingstock for a solid chunk of McDavid's career.
Went to the second round and then didn't make the playoffs, and then they had the worst penalty kill of all time.
Yeah,
and
like they had the one run where you're like, they've arrived. And the very next year, they're like, we have departed. And we departed for several years. They get embarrassed in the COVID bubble. Just both host teams got eliminated in the qualifying round. And it still took them a while. So that's what lays in front of the Sabres right now if Connor McDavid walks through that door. Unless you get Gavin McKenna this year, Connor McDavid's not walking through that door. And there's no guarantee that he's Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand the depths of fucked you are if you continue down this path.
Yeah, and I don't know what the solution is.
You start with firing the GM.
Well, yeah, but you have to have a culture shift too, and I just don't know that it's possible.
I think that starts with firing the GM.
Selling the team. Sell the team.
And it's not like now. Like there was a time when you sold a team like the Senators sold for like $100 million to like Eugene Melnyk or something like that, where it's like, well, they might relocate. Now the NHL is in a really good place. Those franchises are all worth several $1 billion. Pegula, sell the team. Sell the team. You don't care. You don't like it. You don't care.
Yeah.
sell the team, do Sabres fans a favor. Now,
you guys have made a good point about how important the Buffalo market is. You can't waste it.
It's
like
a
this.
top 5 TV market in this.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm passionate about like the Red Wings and them getting better as well? Like,
Yeah.
hockey's better when
The good brands.
Buffalo's good, when Detroit's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some markets that, you know, might take offense to that. But it's just objectively true.
I just want to show you guys this Dahlin play from the game against Colorado. It's a 1-1 game. Dahlin is
This is the worst
so
goal I've ever
Dahlin is back in his zone. The puck is fed back to him to make a play. And what does he do but pass the puck directly to the Avalanche?
And hey, nobody's on him, Jesse. All he's got to do is just corral it and turn around.
This is Buffalo Sabres hockey. They're able to turn this thing around.
I'm sorry,
Cale
that should
Makar-
still be a save.
Cale Makar gets the one-timer here. It shouldn't be a save. Look at this nice play. What are you going to do? Stop
That's not
Cale
what
on
you're
this
gonna do.
one-timer? That's an easy goal.
How does no one have him?
because
Well, because Dahlin made that play.
I know. It just feels like look.
a pass from
Like,
his
what are you?
knee.
Oh, no.
happening?
Yes, that's a stupid turnover. That's dumb. I just look at it after the turnover and I'm like, okay, this is a bad situation, but a fixable one. Look, there's 2 Sabres.
Yeah, and there's
Well, one of the guys is
that
Dahlin,
Benson?
who's behind the play,
that Benson?
and then there's 2 guys there.
and Benson like I'm gonna pick up
and-
nobody.
So yes, I can't stand this. So last night, the Leafs gave up a goal on a 2-on-1. That was the JVR goal. I hate that Riley lost the foot race, but one thing Riley did well is he's like, I'm taking away the pass because that's a thing. At very least, I'm betting on my goalie to make the save. Hopefully he makes the save. I'm taking away the pass. What I can't stand is when you just press L1, R1,
Yep.
and you do the lay your stick on the ice thing. That's not a thing. You're not taking away the pass if the player is good. If the player has ever heard of a sauce pass, you're fucked. And it's Cale Makar on the other side of it. Take the shooter or take the pass. Don't do nothing. They did nothing.
I think the conclusion you should draw is that is a blunder of errors. That both things are bad.
Yes, no, both things are bad, but like mistakes happen in hockey, and a lot of the game is how you recover from them. And they just went and lost their minds.
Yes.
And it's in the back of the
both
net.
things are equally as I think the Dahlin play is worse than you making a mistake on covering that pass.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
But I'm still ever the optimist, Jesse. I'm like, but you can still salvage this.
And you know
they
what?
did not.
They can. They can.
Yeah, it's 3 games, but it's not 3 games. It's 10 years. 14 years. Sorry, it's even worse than that.
The biggest indictment of the Avalanche is the game was tied when that happened.
Hey,
Look.
Jesse, can you pull up the one good Sabres thing I'd like to bring up?
What is that?
I just sent it to you on text, and I just want you to see this because I think this is very cool. And I think if you are a Sabres fan willing to pay for a ticket this year, God bless you. You should invest in one of these because I think it's the coolest thing. And I don't think that there would be many other franchises who'd have something cooler. And I'm just tap dancing until because Steve's left me. Steve's messaging somebody right now. Jesse's bringing
That's
something
okay.
up. It's just me. It's just me out here.
Adam has to do
Just
his
me.
job.
Okay.
Adam's
so
upset. He has to talk
anyway,
for a living into
the
a microphone for
beer
30
saber.
seconds.
So they got a beer sword that's coming. And now obviously people were making great. I can impale myself jokes, but I
funny.
think this is very cool. The beer saber. So it's a sword, but the hilt of the sword is where you put your hand and you just chug it back. I love
Absolutely impossible to drink.
that. Yeah, that's really, you got to think. I wonder how long that thing is.
It looks cool as shit. How do you drink that?
You drink it. You wouldn't drink it in sword mode. You would just drink it like a glass, right? You would just hold it like a glass and drink it. But in sword
The
mode,
drunk dudes at the game aren't going to look at it that way.
you want to do the sword thing. But yeah,
I also do love that there's a Labatt's Maple Leaf on there. It makes me happy.
It's a real good place to go if you want sticky shoes. The whole building's going to smell like bread by the end of the season.
Yeah.
that's probably $40, right?
And worth it. No.
Hey man, that is the highlight of the Sabre season right now. Let's not take shots.
Listen,
I like this. I
Even
like this a lot.
you know, you got to have cool shit. Even if the team stinks, you got to have cool.
You do.
Let's see if we can find the price. Beer Saber price.
He's in San Jose now.
Hey.
You see?
Hey.
Who invited this one?
Hey, I wonder something. While Jesse's looking that up, does any of this history change if Mike Babcock had not bailed on them at the last minute?
Maybe. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I mean, Babcock they won. It's hard to say he did a good job when
he shot himself in the
everyone
foot
hates
times
you
over ego.
Yeah.
But he did. The team was much different than they were under Peter Horacek.
The Sabres have gone through a lot of coaches since Babcock said no. So, yeah,
I mean, imagine them going after a coach and spending that kind of money now. Can you imagine?
Well, and what
It's like a $50 million contract.
What you also got to remember with Babs is he was not fired from the Leafs for being a bad guy. He was fired because they started to lose. It was only after that we went, Andy did this. And that led to, you know what? Since we're here, he also did this, and he also did this, and
all the Detroit stories came to the fore. Yeah,
yeah. And there were some of them were out there, and like the Modano thing was pretty obvious, but like it was out there that like he's a bit prickly. He's not the nicest guy, but he's just got that fire, and look at his record and his pedigree. This guy was coaching Team Canada, right? Like people forget that
he's their last gold medal winning coach.
From the Olympics.
Yeah.
And the World Cup of hockey.
Yeah.
Like the guy's reputation was whatever, he wins. And it wasn't until after, like, who knows, maybe that stuff never comes out.
Yeah.
Maybe he's still in the league. Like it's a crazy butterfly effect. Like forget how good the Sabres might be. Like he might still be in the league. It's like the Hall of Fame conversation with him is fascinating because his resume.
I think he's a Hall of Fame coach.
His resume is first ballot.
Yeah.
But
it's not the Hockey Hall of Good Guys, Steven.
No, it ain't.
Jesse?
So the Sabres, if you're going to suck, you might as well have good food, and they have gone that route. So the Sabre isn't the only thing that they've launched this year. They have a whole bunch of new eats. The first one's the Big Parm Thompson.
Hey,
Tage Thompson's Big Parm sandwich. It's a 2-foot chicken parm sub inspired by Tage's pregame meal.
Does he have a sub every game?
So yeah, this is apparently his meal. And then there's also the Tage Hero, which is an Italian style sandwich with salami, pepperoni, ham. It's Steve, you got to do the Italian things here.
Where's the words?
The Tage Hero.
The Tage Hero, an Italian-style sandwich with Genoa salami,
There you go.
pepperoni, ham, capicola, that's gabagoo, Jesse. Provolone, mozzarella, red wine vinegar, lettuce, tomato, and onion on a toasted sub roll. Available at Harry Market on the 100th
So
level.
that's the Tage Hero sandwich there, and that's the French Connection.
Fire my arteries
the
up.
French Connection it honors the famous line, Martin, Perrault, and Robert. The sandwich includes 3 layers of French toast, ham, cheese, fried egg, and a mustard cream sauce.
I love that.
Unreal.
I want that.
They've also introduced the Razor Dog. It's a new hot dog.
Exactly how it comes out.
Your seat.
Oh my God.
Damn.
It does. It has a bit of a...
Ew.
That's not the best picture of the Razor.
Yeah, they probably...
The seat should come with a hole
right
in
there.
it.
It's
Yeah, the Razor Dog
oh my
looks
God.
a little poopy on the end.
It does.
Dog of the Game. That looks like a
Wait,
good
is that
one.
lobster?
Dog of the Game is... Okay, the Razor Dog here, named after your favorite enforcer, broadcaster, and Sabres Hall of Famer, the footlong Sandlins. Hot dog is topped with smoked pulled pork, shredded cheddar cheese, and tangy sauce.
What is tangy sauce?
Yeah, I don't even know what tangy sauce is.
There's a lot of different... Tangy's just the thing that you attach to another word to make...
And then they also got a 3-meat chili cheese hot dog and footlong topped with bacon, sausage, and beef 3-meat chili along with nacho cheese.
Oh, wait,
Yo,
go to the bottom. Hold on, go to the
this
bottom.
one.
Go to the bottom.
And
I was about to say who
and
hurt
for a
you, but
change
it's
up
the
from
Buffalo
hot dogs, Jesse.
Yeah, I gotta show the picture and read it.
Oh,
so a change up for hot dogs. Visit Grill on the 100 level for the helicopter fried bologna A thickly cut fried bologna sandwich topped with lettuce, tomato, American cheese, bacon, and garlic aioli. So we got, there it is. Helicopter fried bologna. I wouldn't eat that.
You know the
That's
rate.
not my thing.
No, fried bologna.
No.
I've never had fried bologna.
It isn't that a thing in Halifax?
Fried pepperoni.
Pepperoni. That was okay.
Yeah.
That was,
Honestly, I'm going to pass on that one. But other stuff, delicious.
the razor thing reminds me of my favorite quote of his. Oh fuck! Remember that last year he got hit in the head with the puck?
Oh, yeah.
When
I do.
the amount of there's
Good
no
recall.
way there's no way I didn't watch that clip more than anyone on earth. Because he was okay, it's funny.
Mhm.
Holy shit. Does that make me laugh every time I see it? I'm going to watch it after the show.
Last couple things. The Cheeto pretzels. Pretzel, would you eat this? It's a pretzel covered in Cheetos.
Not for me.
No? And
I
then
would
they
do
got
the cinnamon sugar one.
the cinnamon sugar pretzel.
Is weed legal in New York State?
The ham and cheese
I'd
stuffed
eat it.
torpedo pretzel. This one looks fantastic.
Yeah, that looks great.
Oh, baby.
Ham and cheese stuffed torpedo pretzel.
Oh,
Whoa.
I'd mukbang that.
Yeah.
And then we got the jumbo pretzel, which is a large pretzel.
I like an OG pretzel. Sometimes there's a little too much salt on them.
Adam would run away from this. This is nachos.
Yep, no thanks.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a pretzel to have too much flavor.
They have a big
That's a
nacho thing going.
Adam,
And then
nachos?
rotating specials.
Lenovo
They got a bunch
Buffalo
of
chicken finger
stuff.
pizza. Whoa.
They got chicken finger pizza,
I'm about that.
a pumpkin spice milkshake. Maddie, that's for you. You're having that one? Yeah? You don't have your mic on. Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
That's all we needed. Confirmation.
All right.
Caramel apple fried dough. That sounds delicious. I like
Gee.
apple fried stuff.
Yep.
And the porker burger. Steve, I'll pork you for this burger.
That is an awful name. Give me two.
Yeah.
Please.
Is that one of those
double porker me?
Give me the I'm gonna eat that facing the wall so no one can see me.
Oh yeah, just like when Marge finds out that her dad is a flight attendant.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. That's
Let me read
eating
you
the sandwich.
Let me read you the second ingredient in this thing. So the porker burger is topped with pulled pork, and it also has piggy sauce.
Why not just call
What
it
is piggy sauce?
Hey,
fat fuck
piggy,
burger?
Hey, little piggy, let me squirt some piggy sauce in your mouth. You want some piggy sauce in your porker burger? You got porker burger and piggy sauce, you little fat fuck.
Oh, you like that? You like that? You little fatty.
Like this
you little
fucking-
fatty.
These guys know who they're serving this to.
Yeah. Oh,
when
yeah. Oh,
when
you
the
wanna be a little
therapist
fatty
is talking
fat
to
boy?
Cartman, huh? You little fat fuck. You want the porker burger? Ooh. Big fat jelly bud. Hey, Steve. This should be called the Hey, Steve, you fat fuck burger.
Hey, you little pig. They should do that. When you order this, the dude at the register needs to go, hey, you little fucking piggy fat fuck.
Yeah.
You want some sauce in your mouth?
Everybody, we got a piggy over here. Look
We
at
got
this fatty.
They need to ring a bell.
Served to
They
you
don't ring
on
a
our
bell.
patented the floor. We throw
They
it
need
on
a
the floor.
trough. They need a trough. to
Yeah.
get the porker burger out.
We serve it to you in a wood bowl on the floor that we throw the burger in.
You know the ones they piss in at the Bills Stadium? They need to serve it in that.
They do have a
The
trough.
piss trough at Highmark Field
You go sit
needs
there.
to serve the porker burgers with piggy sauce.
This is the brother. Can I have some oats burger? Just enormous, piggy, fat Stevie. You're gonna die soon burger. This is
Anyways, that's it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Maybe going a little too much with that. I would eat it.
That's good. That's a good menu.
Yeah.
The stadium's really stepping up this year.
At least you can eat well.
Yeah.
Now, does the Sabres arena is KeyBank?
KeyBank.
Yeah.
KeyBank, they paid a lot of money for it and made a big deal out of it. I should remember the name. Do they have a lane for you to wind sprint to the bathroom? They should.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like an inspirational, photos on the wall, Usain Bolt, Flojo, and all
Yep.
that, like so that you make it in time.
Adam, what's next?
I wanted to I want to do a if you guys want to, I would love to do a goalie or a goaltender interference call.
Oh, this early?
We've gotten one.
Yeah, we have, and it's a good one. It's from the Preds Sens game. It is a disallowed Senators goal. It took 5 minutes in review.
Boo.
And Jesse, I just sent it over to you. And I feel like it's this is the most annoying type of goaltender interference call, because it's not the spirit of the rule. It's just whatever person is making the decision that night, it's how they feel.
Got it.
Right?
Interesting.
That's what we know to be true. So if you can show the overhead, Jesse, I'm not sure if you've gotten to that part of it yet when you scrub over.
Mhm.
It's a Steve, like goaltender interference, I think should be like hey, I knocked you and you have no ability to stop the puck.
goalie had no chance to make a save.
Right. And even if they had some chance to make a save,
You
it's
impeded
likely
my ability to make a save.
Right. So here's Brady when he was still in the game.
Okay.
And then here's what there's Stützle, right? And he kind of goes twirling towards freedom.
Well, I can already tell you what this is.
Hold on.
Oh.
Yep.
He barely touches UC Saros.
Doesn't matter.
Well, it does.
Here. Sorry,
Yeah.
keep going.
So yes, I understand. But look at how long before the shot.
Right. Okay, so
Now, I know this is super slow-mo.
This does
but
not...
UC Saros has body positioning and eyeballs on this, and it does... Tim Stützle, who I will not defend unless he really, 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 really deserves it, and I'm gonna defend him on this one, literally flutters by.
Can't touch the goalie.
Yeah, I'm not defending
For
him.
how long?
I'm not defending him, and here's why.
Nah.
How long?
Can't touch
Before
the
the
goalie.
season, we talked about... This was like 2 weeks ago, Adam. 2 weeks ago, we talked about when is Tim Stützle going to get the Nazem Kadri treatment?
Well, that's not the Nazem Kadri treatment.
When is Tim Stützle going to get the Michael Bunting treatment? No, that's a fuck you.
You think so?
Yep.
Well, but it was made by the people in Toronto and the
Yeah, no, it's like, listen, it is the right call. That doesn't mean anything because it's goalie interference, and we've seen
that change.
like next
Day
week
to day.
we're going to see the same thing and it'll be a goal,
Yep.
right? But this guy spends more time on the ice than he does on his skates,
Yeah.
and does things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe a little, I bumped into the goalie because I got bumped.
Yep.
A little I've fallen and I can't get up. No. Like, if this is another player, is it a goal?
But
it might be.
But here's the thing. Like, he doesn't actually interfere with UC's ability to make the save.
But you can't.
I agree with you.
You can't skate halfway into the blue paint, touch the goalie's pad, and then expect nothing to be called.
Okay,
It's
now,
one
if we
thing
can
if
pull
you-
it back a little bit. Just pull it back just a little bit. He runs into Brady Shea here.
No, he doesn't.
Well, that's what I mean, though. He makes it look like he runs into Brady Shea.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
So-
Adam.
He skates to Brady Shea and touches him.
Yes, but and then makes it look like Brady Shea has flipped him a 180, right?
Yeah.
Which Brady Shea is just standing there minding his own business. Is to back up Steve's point,
This
and
guy's
I want to get
crazy.
to this, is that Tim Stützle playing like Tim Stützle does, and because no other NHL player is skating by Brady Shea and doing a 180 immediately like that.
It's absurd.
If you can skate like an NHL player can.
It's absurd. Like some guys, it was nice sitting with Ryan from the wing wheel because when Larkin took that embellishment call yesterday, he's like, yeah, he does that. You know what I mean? Like Stützle's, I'm telling you, I don't think he's got the Kadri treatment yet.
Mhm.
I think it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be doing that. And if you're the Sens, you should be furious. That should have been a goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a goal because that's the most half-pregnant interference ever. Like, if you're going to get
Are you mad at Stützle? And that Sens fans cannot be mad at Stützle ever.
he
they've never been mad
cost
at
him
him
a goal. He cost him a goal.
Uh-uh.
You probably, like you said, Saros should have stopped that and he didn't. I don't think Stützle had much to do with that. But because he touched him, and you can't go into the blue paint that deep and touch the goalie and come out of it with it being a good goal, it's his fault.
For the full context of the goal, Saros had like no shot on it because it was a terrific play by Stützle. So he's going to the net with the puck and he turns around, he makes that pass to Jake Sanderson. So I can show you from this angle so you can just see how the play develops. He's going to the net with the puck. It's a fantastic play to split the D here. And he does a fantastic little backhand no-look pass to Sanderson. And while he's going to the net, he flips around and makes that play. And that's where he touches Saros. And Sanderson's there with a pretty half of the cage open because of the nifty move that Stützle made, and he scores there.
Yeah.
So if Stützle just redirects where he's going and he goes around after he makes this pass here, if he just skates to his right at the right side of Tkachuk, then there's no interference because it's a great play, but he decides to go right towards the goaltender. So I think just letter of the law, it's the right call.
If you're a Sens fan, you're like, well, Saros doesn't pick up the puck because it's a nice move and he's being screened by his D-man. If you're a Preds fan, you're like, yeah, well, he might have got over in time if Stützle didn't touch him.
No. I think where I think it lands is, Adam, you're right that this is a ticky-tack call because no way this goal doesn't happen if he just doesn't touch the puck. Like
if he went the other way, this goal still goes in.
Exactly. I don't think Stützle had any effect on the play at all.
No.
It's just by the letter of the law, he made this pass that leads to the goal, and while the goal is being scored, or just before the goal is being scored, he touches the goalie. That's goalie interference by the textbook.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Yeah.
And at the same time, impossible to feel bad for the person who committed the infraction.
Right. And you also feel bad for the Sens because that should have been a goal, and it's a nice move by Stützle.
Take it up with Tim.
Yeah.
Take it up with Tim. Get your guy in. Get your guy.
Great shot.
Because I'm telling you, the treatment's coming, and you're not going to like it.
Well, I don't know about that. We've been saying that for years.
Takes a little while.
Last thing we're going to get to today, unless we're doing a press conference, I don't know. But did you see Christian Dvorak's big goal? This is a monster play by Christian $5.2 million Dvorak.
I have never seen something like this, and I don't think he meant to do it, but it's funny just the same.
I think he 100% meant to do it, Steve. I'm not sure if he didn't mean to do it, then what was he doing?
Yeah, that's
he
fair.
meant to do this.
It's funny.
Now,
it's very funny.
Flyers fans already know what we're talking about. And hey, listen, the fact that they were in a situation where there was an empty net, that's great. But Christian Dvorak, see, Travis Sanheim takes a shot, and that shot is going in the net against the Florida Panthers. That's great. And there's Travis Sanheim with no Panthers around him going, you know what? I need to redirect this into an empty net.
You know, that might have gone wide. It might have hit the post.
That's what I was going to bring up.
I don't think
Look at where he tips it. If you see right there, it's at the edge of the crease.
There is an over-the-top angle, too, if you want, I think, later on.
In this club, yeah?
Pretty sure. Yeah, right here.
Okay.
So here we go.
So he tips it here.
That's going in.
Yeah.
Boys, that's going in. That puck's going in, boys. Like,
that's going in. Yeah, because if it's coming at this angle, that's going right.
Can you take it off the screen so we can watch it?
Sure.
Like
it's hold on. There you go. That puck, I think, is going in. Yeah,
probably.
Puck's going in.
It's going in.
Probably, yeah.
That's why I brought it up.
But Dvorak in that moment, is he aware that it's going in?
He doesn't know that.
I think it's just funny.
Well, it's like Yarncroke stealing Waz goal in, I don't remember if it was the first or second game of the season. Like, you got to make sure it goes in. Like, yeah, you're stealing your teammate's goal. You got to make sure.
I don't think
it's the most hilarious tip of the year.
I think Dvorak owes Sanheim a dinner.
It's a contract here. So he needs it. He needs it.
Anyway, we'll leave it at that. I've got other stuff for tomorrow that I want to hit.
Can I shout out Matthew Schaefer?
Yeah. Is he good at hockey?
Matthew Schaefer played 25 minutes in a game. He's the youngest player to ever play 25 minutes in a game. Who held that record before him?
Ray Bork.
Wow. I have no idea.
Sidney Crosby.
Whoa.
Wow. Sidney as a forward?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Previous record holder of youngest player to play 25 minutes in a game. Second youngest defenseman ever to score a goal in the NHL.
Who was youngest?
Who was the youngest?
Bobby Orr.
You're never going to get this one. Toronto Maple Leaf.
What?
Yeah.
Ron Ellis.
Ross Johnstone in 1943. In
Hey.
1943 and 44. Because he did it twice as a 17-year-old. Or 70, I think it was
So that's
17 and then
illegal
18.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you could play in the
1943,
NHL.
I think they were like, well, a lot of guys left for the war.
Yeah.
So we need these teenagers.
I think Matthew Schaefer should own the actual record on youngest defenseman
Sure.
ever to score a goal. It's incredible that he's been able to step into the league and they're just playing him the breaks off of him at this rate.
After
Calder.
basically not playing junior last year.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's okay to say, Matthew Schaefer, I wasn't familiar with your game.
Mm-hmm.
He did not play games.
Yes.
So there wasn't as much fanfare with him going first because we didn't get to see him.
I think everybody's locked in Demidov for the Calder. Matthew Schaefer is my number one for the Calder right now.
There's always the, tiebreak goes to the D. That's a good bet.
Yeah.
I would like to just say one more thing.
Okay.
And I meant, because I promised this person I would get it in this episode. Okay.
Ooh.
Got a message from Grant Pinn. He said, "Hey, Adam, I was playing NHL 26 franchise mode, and I was at the draft. In rounds 5, 6, and 7, I like to just find the biggest player I can find to draft them.
Hell yeah.
I came across a player named Alexander Karmanov. You guys heard of this guy?
Oh,
Yes,
he's a real person?
That's a real person.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
He's like
yes.
huge.
The game
He's a real guy.
has
Yeah.
his height at 7 feet and his weight at 278 pounds.
Yes.
Assuming this is a game-generated player, I Googled his name. Sure enough, he's real. He's 17, and that's absolutely ridiculous to me. It'd be cool if you guys would bring this up on the podcast, just because he's huge.
So I don't know where he's playing right
Brantford
now.
Bulldogs.
He was
They
invited,
ju-
so they signed him?
they drafted him, right?
Yeah, but he was at camp, but I don't think he was committed to play there yet. This kid,
He's getting drafted.
There's no shot he doesn't get drafted. Like, Justin
He's
Brizow.
playing for the Brantford Titans of the GOJHL.
So that's junior A.
Yeah. There you go.
So Justin Brizow, I know it's not the same, but he was drafted, or sorry, not drafted. He was signed and courted by a lot of teams. I think he was offered NHL deals, but he opted to sign in the AHL with the Marlies.
Right.
He scored a shitload of goals as an overager, but the reason he was signed was, and he's also like the biggest player in the league. He's 6'6", 230 or something dumb. This kid is so cartoonish. He would be the biggest professional hockey player of all time. By the time a year passes, will be maybe the heaviest player of all time
You got to draft him.
to play professional
gotta draft
hockey,
him.
and he'll be the tallest player by 3 inches.
He's
have to
the
draft him.
biggest hockey player in the world, according to The Athletic. Did a profile on him in August, and he's, by the measure of like hockey players who are playing competitive levels, he's the biggest hockey player in the world. He is 3 inches taller and 20 pounds heavier than all but 7 NBA players.
Wow. Wow.
Holy shit. He's lighter than like players off the top of my head, like Dustin Byfuglien, end of list.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of 250 plus pound player. How much did you say he weighed?
278 and he's 17.
Fuck.
He could be
He's
3.
280 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll like,
Brock Lesnar fought at 290.
yeah.
At 10
You
years
have to
old,
draft him.
he was 5'10".
No.
And so
Oh,
I
no.
made a TikTok about this kid about a year ago,
Oh, did you?
and he was 6'8".
Yeah, he's
So he's grown 4
a
inches.
kid. He's growing.
He's not a legal adult. He's still in his draft. Someone at some point over the next 3 years is going to take a chance on this kid.
I believe he's committed to Penn State.
Yes, I think you're right.
Good for him. Oh, so
Yeah, so in August, last August, the previous one, he committed to play at Penn State. So next year, that's where he'll be.
So he'll miss out on McKenna by a year.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's going to be a
No, you never know. He might
adventure to
go
watch.
back.
Yeah, sure.
Lol.
Might be able to make more money.
Well, if Buffalo draft.
Yeah, if anybody wants to go learn about this kid, you can go check out Scott Wheeler and James Myrtle, their article in The Athletic from this past August.
From Moldova.
He is, from Moldova.
Wow.
The biggest hockey player on earth is a 7-foot tall teenager from Moldova. That's the title of the article.
He's
Here's
gonna
some
turn-
shots.
He's going to turn 18 in March. Like, he's still that's a high school student.
Yeah, here's some pictures of him as a kid, just towering over everybody. There he is.
Look
He's
at
a little
him.
older.
He's
He's unbelievable.
His mom's
sick.
got to be like 6'2" or 3.
Oh yeah, his dad is at least 6 foot.
He's wearing skates in this photo, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, his dad's 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. It like at least like his dad might be 6'6", 6'7", because he's on skates and he's 7 foot, right?
Dude.
So his dad's huge. His mom is also very tall. And then here's some more photos. There he is with Brent Burns there in Carolina. That's Andrei Sveshnikov there on the left. And he towers over Brent Burns.
Yo,
Draft this guy, dude. Draft this guy.
his hockey helmet has to be just one of those orange Home Depot buckets. Like, look at that head.
In the article, they go over his equipment and they're talking about his stick. So he uses Hedman's stick, except it's extended by like 42 feet, you know?
He has an extended Hedman stick.
By the way, Zdeno Chara, the stick he used in the NHL, was always too small for him because there is a max size you can have, and Chara was too tall. So this kid will be the same. You know what would be interesting is he might be the first player that's immune to concussions because no one can hit that high. Like that, isn't that crazy? Like I'm not even kidding.
You'd hope
even
so.
if you turn around and bend to get who's gonna hit him?
Yeah.
I guess it's probably good that he's playing Junior A because I don't think you're allowed to fight there, and you all got to wear a cage. Otherwise, can you imagine this kid?
Well, I can imagine it. I feel like it would be a problem for anybody who tried to.
There's a kid on the Gens. I forget his name. He was born in China. The Sharks just picked him, I think, in the second round, and he has got to be the biggest player in the league, and that's a big reason why he got drafted so high. And this kid is half a foot and 50 pounds heavier than that guy.
I love it.
Here's some details on the equipment. So Chris Cook used to be the equipment manager for the Ottawa Senators. So his perspective on this is very interesting because now he's doing the equipment for Brantford, when he's the equipment manager there, he used to do Chara. So he has some experience
background here
with tall guys.
Yeah.
And they're talking about his equipment here and says, when Cook, the equipment manager for Brantford, sent the defenseman's measurements along to the OHL's official jersey provider, Under Armour, the billion-dollar sportswear company couldn't find a template large enough in its system to send for production. So instead, his jersey was custom made from a goalie's cut, which is longer on the arms and wider on the body.
Oh my God.
He has size 15 skates.
Yo.
And then his hockey stick, a standard professional hockey stick is 60 inches long. You can add extensions to make them 63 or 64. But Karmanov's stick measures roughly 70 inches.
Wow.
It's a custom flex of 122, the same stiffness used by Hedman.
There are
to
two.
support his weight when he leans on it.
There are. Oh yeah, man. Like what do you tell him? Hey, man, you're not allowed to take slap shots. Your sticks are too hard to make.
Oh my goodness.
So there are the heaviest player listed on NHL.com all time. There's two guys tied. It's Nikita Tramkin and Derek Bugard. They are listed at 265 pounds.
So this guy would instantly be 12 pounds heavier today.
Matt Rempe is listed as the third heaviest player of all time at 261. This kid is 17 and he has 3 inches and nearly 20 pounds on Matt Rempe.
And he's not, you saw the pictures. That ain't fatty.
No.
He's not eating the piggy burger at
You can't be that and skate.
No, you can't.
You have to have like
That's muscle.
you gotta have balance. You gotta have agility. Like to do that on skates at that height, it's impossible.
That's like a safety risk
oh my God.
for other players.
So I know we don't have a time machine, can't go to the future. Will we see one day where the NHL and teams around the league employ players like this who are 7 foot and taller because that's an advantage? Is one day, are they going to draft this kid and he's going to usher in an evolution of 7 foot tall hockey players?
Now we got to remember, like, he was at Brantford camp. He's not playing with Brantford. He's playing in the GOJHL, Greater Ontario.
Penn State's taking him.
Yes.
He's going to be a late bloomer.
Well, years ago, we talked about when the little revolution was happening and guys like DeBrincat were, ruling the roost. I'm like, okay, big guys aren't going to just stop playing hockey. They're going to be like, maybe I should learn how to skate. And now, like, we have guys like Tage Thompson. And like, there are some big boys
who play important positions where you can't just be a muscle D. Tage is a center.
You have to be able to skate in this league.
Yeah.
You have to be even like some guys who are, damn, you see Ryan Reeves' goal the other day?
Yeah.
Like,
well, Ryan, he's an NHLer,
Yeah,
he can do those things. Totally.
You got to be able to skate. There was a time where this guy would just be sent out there like, Max us. And they would just have him fight and do nothing else. If this guy makes the league, it's going to be because he skates like no one you've ever seen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
he's
stride
gonna play
and
pro.
he's at the blue line. Another stride and he's at the other blue line.
He'll play pro.
Oh, yes, of course he will.
Like, it might not be in North America. It might be in the NHL.
He's getting a game in the NHL. You got.
I think so too.
You gotta draft this guy, and you gotta play him at least once.
It'll be interesting.
You gotta see it.
Like, if you hear John Scott, who's also on that list of the heaviest players ever at 260, if you hear him tell the story, like, he played college hockey and signs a deal with, I think it was Minnesota's AHL team, ends up getting an NHL deal, and when he was with the AHL team, I think it was the Iowa Wild, they're just like, you fight. Never fought. Played college hockey. You can't fight in college hockey. Hey, you fight now.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen here. I think this guy's going to play. This guy's playing.
Every professional wrestler, UFC fighter, boxer has some story about some idiots who tugs on their cape and goes, hey, you want to friggin' go? Someone's going to do it to this guy to prove a point. And I think they might regret it.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway,
he's 17.
Yeah, we'll wrap the show up there, but he's somebody to watch. That's pretty freaking cool.
200 and you know how much 280 pounds is?
It's a lot of weight. It's a lot
7
of weight.
foot?
Yeah. Big boy. Big boy.
Just put him in front of the net for the pure purpose of not screening the goalie, but ruining the ice under their feet.
I like that.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection.